What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I am back home. I am in the studio, and I even have something to work on. What do you know? Hopefully, everybody is checking in. We'll see how everything looks and goes. It's almost like I forgot how to do this, but we'll get rolling. So, tonight, if you are not familiar with Friday Night Live, what we normally do is work on some sort of build of some sort. Tonight, not a whole lot different. We are going to be working on my drag car here in front of me. I've got a bunch of new parts that arrived while I was gone because I didn't actually have anything planned. So it happened to work out when I got back into the office. I had parts. So that's what we have. Now, if you also notice up here on this part of the screen, we have an inset. And what that inset is a flight tracker. So I've readjusted slightly there. And what that flight tracker is Nicole's flight home. She is not here yet. She will be back tonight. And we're going to live stream until I have to go to the airport to pick her up. So you'll be able to see the status of the live stream as it progresses across the country from Denver to Sacramento. We're going to be playing marriage roulette, as I've decided to call it. How long can I live stream before I need to pick up my wife? So that's what we've got going on. In front of me here is what started as an associated DB10 and is now converted primarily to a DR10 spec. And that's basically what it is. I still have the stock DB10, the Desert Rat buggy or Desert Rat body on it. Now, this is not a legal drag body. You couldn't actually go run this in things that run the no prep rules. So this is just a body that I've kept on there. I do have a CUDA body, which I have trimmed and such. I think I'm even going to paint this. What do you know? So that is there. But what we've got here underneath, I have a Tiken RS Pro installed. I've got the Eliminator 4.5 turn motor on the back side of it. And inside I've got my Gens Ace, I think it's a 6,500 milliamp battery, 5,600, somewhere in there. That's my basic setup after everything else I did. Hey, Ben, thanks for the donations for Nicole's Uber fund. If she has to Uber home, I will stay live until she gets here. Just because, last words and all. Anyway, the parts that I have that arrived, I ordered these a while ago, and like I said, they arrived while I was gone for the holiday. This is that Sky RC GPS performance analyzer, and this will give you your 132 foot times, your miles per hour, acceleration, all that kind of stuff. So this really isn't much to install. We just have to literally set it in there. What else do I have? Oh, the Drag Race Concepts aluminum rear motor mount. And I got that because, not motor mount, it's the motor cage, I guess we're calling it. But I got that because I also ordered the Drag Race Concepts aluminum wheelie bar mount. And this allows you to mount slash style wheelie bars, which are the motor guard. Thank you, Phoenix. I read Mike J's comment again. Wonder if he realizes he hasn't had audio every time. I cannot help but fall for that every single time. I'm gonna put audio as a blocked word on here just for killing me. Anyway, this is the Drag Race Concepts wheelie bar mount to allow us to use slash style wheelie bars. The one I have on here now is a RJ Speed one that I've kind of made fit myself, but it's not ideal. And if I want cheap replacements, because they do break, then I should have a different option. Or we can ban him. That would be easier. but Mike J is always a source of entertainment, so I guess we're going to allow it. Now, by the looks of the flight tracker that we have in the corner of Nicole's flight, it does not appear she's landed in Denver yet. So we'll see. I ordered some spur gears to adjust the gearing a little bit. We'll see if I need to do that. I might not install that because I don't necessarily know what gearing I did. I bought a number of 78, 81s, and some others. This is the Drag Race Concepts rear shock tower and anti-roll bar system. So this is going to get this rear end much more locked down. I currently have a custom Vanquish Curry sway bar I put in there, but this is supposed to be much more stiff than that one. So we'll do that, put the carbon fiber rear tower on, all of those. And let's see, what is this? What did I order here? Oh, bell cranks. This is a steering rack, basically, bell crank. So we've got that. And this is a front bulkhead, aluminum. This is from Exotech. So was the bell crank. I bought a Robinson aluminum spur gear, idler gear, and it's not aluminum, it's steel. I thought I ordered aluminum. I feel like I probably should have ordered aluminum. Maybe I won't install that. I don't know. We'll see. And lastly, the Drag Race Concepts carbon fiber wheelie bar. So a little bit longer than the current one I have on there, and we'll see how everything fits once it's all done. So thanks everybody for joining in. We got a good crowd already. Steel is, yeah, but everyone tries to go light, and the aluminum is lighter and it makes you spin faster. And, you know, I'm really going to be fighting for those hundredths of a second on my times, I'm sure. So, is all that legal? It's all the legal? Wait, what is that? Is all that legal? I suppose you meant. All of those parts will all be legal. The only thing that isn't legal is the body that I'm currently running, which is it doesn't cover the tires, which is what is required for a legal no prep body. But that is why I do have a CUDA body that just hasn't been finished yet. But beyond that, so I suppose we should get to work because we'll be watching. We have a set time limit tonight. Granted, it should be a reasonable amount of time, but I see some professional tire gluing. I'm not gonna lie there, but I had them glued much less, and someone's like, you need to glue those way more. So I was like, okay, fine. So I put a lot of glue on them. They're like, I was like, well, that looks like crap. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of what it takes. Do you have anything drag that finish Do you have anything drag that finish besides your drag queen outfit? You know what? Phoenix. It's not very nice. Okay. What are we going to do here? What are we installing first? Should we work on the front and work our way back? I think so. Let's put the bulkhead in and the steering bell cranks. Those are the lesser exciting things, but still needs to be done. I haven't decided. I haven't worked on these things very much, so I rarely. Did you tape them before gluing? These are reactions, so these are belted. Can I ask you a no prep RC question? Go for it. I'm not sure I'll have an answer that's good, but I'll say it. Come on, guys, oh yeah, hit the like button while you're here. You know, hit it early so you don't forget to hit it before you leave. Vote early, vote often. Who is the one that disliked? There's always somebody. When is your trailer PC going to be done? I don't know. I'm working on it quite a bit. It's over there. I worked on it while I was gone. As far as the CAD side, I'm running the old Road Rages. I don't know that I do remember those though. Hey, Dale C. Thank you for the welcome home. Where is the angry librarian? Brushless motor is in the lowered TF2. Oh boy, does it love to roast the tires. Shirt has a stain, by the way. Nicole, aka the Angry Librarian, is on her way home currently. You can see in the window above, see how my hand disappears in the corner? That is Nicole's flight tracker. So she will be home as that arrow comes across the United States. I have a talking cat in here. Is it better to use a Slash or Bandit chassis? Oh, you know what? I don't know that. I think most people use the low LCG Slash chassis if they stay with a Slash base chassis. I'm just taking stuff apart that I don't even know if it needs to come apart, but we'll just keep undoing screws until things fall apart. Good to have you back to a solid Wi-Fi signal. You know what? Never underestimate a good Wi-Fi signal. Can you give us the weather meanwhile? So for anybody who's just joining we are going to do the Exotech front aluminum bulkhead first and the aluminum steering bell cranks. Bandit won't work with the wheelbase. Oh yeah, that's right. Slash wheelbase is required, so that's why you do need a Slash base. Now I have disassembled a big part of this car, but not all of it, because this did come as an RTR. No clue what you're doing. Thanks, Dan. You are right. I don't necessarily have a great idea what I'm doing, but I have confidence that I can take things apart and they will generally be able to find their way back together. Whoops. There we go. All right. Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's see. Josh, does Vanquish have a new rig coming soon? What is up with the mistake window masks that are getting the view? Oh, no. No, it's just where we have the body molded. They obviously mold more than one RC body, and somehow they put the wrong window masks in. That's all there is to it. We obviously do not have molding, our own body molding abilities. So the place that does it had a screw up, and that is not something we had even thought about checking, just because it's one of those things, like if the weight matches for us, then it should be good. You're always wearing Kansas City stuff. You from KC area? I'm out by Lawrence. I lived in Kansas City for 10 years. I moved out to California about 5 years ago from Kansas City. So yes, I am from the area. It's still pretty much what we call home. So my house was in the Parkville area, and then I worked downtown Kansas City. What servo is that? That is a stock servo. I have not changed out the steering servo on this car. All right, so bell cranks are out. I'm going to pull some bearings. Little tiny bearings can be Josh, is anybody making an RC parts out of PEEK? I asked because it seems ideal for drag racing. Okay about any RC racing. No, I have not seen any RC parts made out of PEEK. It's just too expensive, honestly, for most people. Or for most products in our area. I don't think that, I've seen a part that, like a per piece part price, ooh, that's hard to say, go from like $1 to $10 when using PEEK. So I think, and then when you start factoring up the markup costs that companies use on molded parts, that would become some very expensive plastic parts. So, did you see SpaceX is going to do an RC race? Yeah, you know what? I did see that. I didn't see any of the actual details on it, but I just saw the actual headline. So, and I didn't hear like how they, what kind of statement was made when they said it, you know. So either way, it's kind of cool to see those words in the news. Let's see. What are some good hobby shops in the KC area? Hobby Town on North Oak was my hometown hobby shop, the one I was closest to me, the one I went to the most. And then Hobby Haven down on Metcalf was the only other one I really ever went to, and it was also good. I mean, I haven't been to the new Hobby Town in a number of years because when I go back now, I don't stay in the Northland. So Fastlane Hobby and Hobby. Yeah, I haven't been to Fastlane Hobby in forever. I know it was always mainly racing. Let's see. This bearing is being stubborn. You don't want. Got it. My little hammer. You ever go to the huge hobby town in Omaha? Yes, I have. I did a video there actually, not maybe in 2019, I think. Hobby Town, Hobbyplex. Pretty awesome place. I'm originally from Omaha, so that was my hometown hobby shop before I moved to Kansas City. I was born and raised in Nebraska and then moved to Kansas City after college. And then California. And now you know where I've lived. Y'all come back now. All right, we need to... Nicole Flight Tracker, exactly correct, Matt. That is Nicole's flight that we are waiting on. With Josh, Dan, and Bob into no prep, I'm actually surprised VP hasn't dipped toes into drag racing. It's one of those things. It's just like we have so much capacity. So if we want to get into drag racing, what do we stop making to make drag race parts? So that's really the only reason why not. We've definitely talked about it because, yeah, we all like it. But like I said, what are you going to stop to do something different? Obviously, you stop making rippers. Yeah, those have been stopped, Alex. All right, now here's the good news. I forgot which one where I took that out of. Okay. Put the arms back in. This is the Exotech part. And well, hello, Suki. Suki is here, everybody. You can relax. She is ready for her time in the limelight. Everything is better with more robots. Oh yes, robots are definitely the future there. Nicole on the Wright brothers plane, not moving very fast. So yeah, I don't know that she has got onto her last leg of her trip yet. So once we see, movement on there, then the real countdown is going to begin. Well, I believe that is the incorrect screw. Maybe they changed thread sizes. Let's see. They did. They went to M2.5. Interesting. Right. But they did provide it. So, of course, nice. How's the Glad? Oh, I do love the Jeep. I do love the new Jeep. I'm very glad that I got it. I'm currently planning to mount an NVIDIA Jetson to an RC chassis for an autonomous build. Hey, I think Matt also has one of the Jetsons for something similar. All right, now we've done that. Next, we have to do this, which is the other thing, the thing with the deal. And that is our steering bell cranks. Okay. Suki is playing in the semi-trailer box. It's very helpful. She's a critical part of this shop functioning properly. Let's hope that I guess correctly on the reinstallation of this bell crank, since I didn't really pay that much attention when I disassembled it the first time. Come on. I don't realize how much I rely on my familiarity with so many models while I'm disassembling things. Because normally I'm just like, I know how this is going to go back together, and just tear shit apart. When I do that in no prep cars, I'm like, oh, should have paid more attention because I don't really remember how this went together. With VS410 Pro using optional overdrive gear set in the trans, then adding the underdrive gears in the rear axle, how much total OD would I be looking at? Oh, I mean, I'd have to do math to really get you an exact answer, but I would guess if you're using the optional at 21, and you're going to be around 30, but like I said, I'd have to do some actual math. Oh, god damn, Mike J. Audio check. Mike J, turn up your hearing aids. Let's see. There we go. I don't know why I'm so excited to install all these parts on here. I'm actually really excited to install that rear shock tower brace. Shock tower brace? No, rear shock tower anti-roll bar system. Make sure that everything's... Ooh, those bearings get a little notchy when you put a little too much pressure on them. They're so tiny. Ah, perfect. I have nailed it. I am perfect. Are you going to run your no prep on Sunday? No, I don't think so. And well, honestly, if I'm going to be running my no prep right now, it's going to be with testing with this handy dandy GLONASS, the GPS performance analyzer. But I didn't know that there was something going on Sunday. And I think right now, after traveling and doing all that, I'm going to make sure I kind of hunker in at home for a while. Let everything cool down. Whoops. First mistake. put the bulkhead in upside down. I got it. Should have known that one. See, this is exactly what I mean by I don't really know what I'm doing in this genre. I just take things apart, buy parts, put parts on. You know, I saw all the little recesses and I was just like, oh, I'm pretty sure I know where those are going to go. Those are going to go for bosses of screw. No. Incorrect, sir. You're wrong and you should be punished. Okay. That's correct. And then that all gets bolted in. Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. I'm really tired. Good job. Thank you. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. You certainly don't know what you're doing. You've never run the car. That's not true, Matt. I did run the car. I ran it with the stock. I've ran it more than once, even. Thank you. I haven't ran it with the new electronics. But I have driven this car, dragged raced it against other dragged raced cars. Okay. We have turned 2 parts that were plastic into aluminum. So now we've got that. It's going to go there, there. Okay. We're going to attach the, I don't know, it's kind of like a, what is it? What do they call it? Tie rod? Something like that? It's not really, I mean, they're individual tie rods, right? I don't know. Whatever the piece is that attaches the 2 bell cranks, steering rack, the rack that attaches to the bell cranks. That sounds reasonable. So I'm going to get that attached. My steering will be Sookie's knocking things over. The cats were very happy to see us. That's nice. I guess blue aluminum is the theme. You know what? It wasn't necessarily something I had paid attention to all that much, but I guess when I did order everything, I stayed in some sort of vein of consistency at the very least. I think these all have to bolt through to get attached. Now, I remember that 2 went in and then the other 2, okay, rear 2 go in first. Nope, missed it. This is kind of a pain. I like crawlers better. Ooh, ooh. You get it? Yes. Success. What car is this? This is I guess technically it's a DR10 that was converted to drag racing to basically DR10. I did this before they were releasing the DR10 with a parts list that they gave me that obviously was what they had used to create the DR10. Surprised you didn't go orange. I don't think Exotech made these option parts in an orange variant. Otherwise, obviously, most likely I would have done that. Oh, let's see. Toad Daddy, those who joined last week during my poor internet connection, where I had my brother on, my brother changed Toad Daddy's name to the Frog Father, which I thought was quite humorous. Let's see. I messed up again. I don't know. How far do we think we're going to get before I have to? Let's see. Have we seen? No, there's no movement on the flight tracker up here yet. So that was a wacky stream. Those lockpick sets are addicting. Yes, they are. For those who can guess to figure out exactly what I screwed up. Here's a Isn't the bulkhead supposed to lean back? It is leaning back. That part is correct. No, what I did wrong is I put the bell crank arms on the wrong side. Refresh the flight tracker just to make sure. Not the worst idea I've ever heard. Okay. Nope, everything is still as it is. So because you have it upside down. I know. And I was like, I checked it and I could have swore that I was like paying attention to that. And I would have sworn wrong. The flight tracker has been refreshing itself every so often. Hey, good to know. Thank you. It's a Nicole tracker. Yes, Nicole tracker. That is a good term for it. Vanquish bell cranks coming soon, right? God. I'm definitely going to be better at wrenching on this by the end. Nope. I'm going to forget everything as soon as I'm finished. Since I work on these cars once every several months. I kind of want to see if I can find the flight on MS Flight Simulator. Well, would you like a flight number, Alex? I could provide you with that. I have not bought the Microsoft Flight Simulator yet. I feel like I should. Who has the build sheet? Anybody? I can build a whole car by the time you're done with the front end. Hey, Dan. I could too if it was something that I was used to working on. But, Dan, in the end, I don't know. It's still not going to be as cool. Couldn't get into drag racing. Scalers are so much more fun. You know, I mean, I kind of like to play in all of the arenas, but if you're making me choose between a day on the rocks and a day drag racing, it's going to be a day on the rocks for me. I totally agree. Okay. So, Let's just hope there's enough residual Loctite in there because I forgot to put it on. It'll be okay. I probably should have reapplied. You need a carbon fiber chassis. I do, Dan. I agree there. You know, I should just, but I think I should just build another car for that reason. All right, what do I do with those screws I removed? There's two. Those are not, there they are. I got it. One. You need, we all need more carbon fiber in our lot. You know, I don't think that that's ever not true. What do you think of Flash Forge Finder 3D printer for a beginner? You know what? I don't know much about that one, so I can't say. You know, the Ender 3s are so cheap and so common and they do so well. Like, I have a hard time recommending anything other than that, but Josh, does anyone make upgrades for the UMG 6 rear suspension setup? Not that I know of. Okay. Things are moving. We're progressing. Hello, Dawson Bossy joining us. I might be rebuying my Capra. It's been upgraded, so I'm more likely to be paying more than when I sold for. Yeah, but maybe you'll be paying less than if you were to have bought all of those upgrades. You never know, right? Is no prep getting too much prep? So the prep part of no prep is the street. It's not about the car. So you're not allowed to prep the street. And so people always wonder, like, people are doing so much to these cars. I thought you're not supposed to do anything. Like, no, that's just about the actual road. You're not allowed to put traction compound or anything like that down. Thought it was going to stay. I was wrong. Again. Let's see. Right. It's back on its own feet. Can you dope the tires? Most places, no. Most places, the tires have to be completely dry when you go to the line. Now, that means that some people will prep the tires beforehand. Like, they'll soak them overnight. They'll do things like that. They'll have compounds inside of the tires themselves to soak into the rubber and soften it up. But the outside of the tire has to be dry when you go to the line. So. Right. Oh, a flight tracker. Now we need a storm tracker and a fire tracker. Meteorologist Josh. Yeah. No, this flight tracker purely for Nicole. She will be flying from point A to point B. And when she gets to point B or very close to, how do I point there? That point. Once she is almost there, I need to not be streaming and be driving to the airport to pick her up. So that is why you see the flight tracker. While, hey, it might be slightly entertaining, it is also for a more real reason of I need to make sure that I do not space exactly what time I need to leave. What chassis is that? This is a stock associated chassis, DR10. This actually started as a DB10, but it's basically still the same thing. Oh, they did give me set screws to put into that bulkhead, which I still can get to. I don't know why you would need these when it's got capture blocks, front and rear. But let's install them so I don't lose them. Let's see. Live stream road trip. You know what? I don't think that will work for me since my streams are set up to be done through a broadcaster and not through the built-in app. Nope, it does not. Why is it not threading in? Huh. It just doesn't want to start. Huh. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think they are needed. Hey, look who is officially joining. She's making her first prance across the table. Sookie is here. Hi, kitten. Would you like me to move the keyboard so you have more room to prance? She's staring at my phone since it keeps vibrating. All right. So, keep your butt out of the video. Nobody wants to see that. Get the cat out of the way. So, hello. That was a quick one. We have 2 screws left. Those were intentionally left out. We switched to the smaller. We're good. All right, now, well, I know we need to remove the shocks. Might as well remove the tires. How about a solid axle no prep car? You know, it just, I don't think it's going to be nearly as competitive in RC just because when you've got this style of car, you can have the axle, the motor in line with the axle, everything spins in a better way. You don't have torque twist. Always scary when screws are left over. I know. That's why you got to do an actual inventory to make sure, like, why do I have these left over again? So we've got that. All right, what do I have here? This is that rear. So we need to install these 3 things basically all at once because the rear motor guard. Jeez, what is going on with my phone? It's not Nicole. At least we know that. Oh, I'm getting photos. It's vibrating too much. We'll have to look at that later. We're going to remove the old sway bar. Or sorry, what are these called? Wheelie bars? What are you making? I am making my drag car better. Oh my God, I'm going to turn this phone off. It's oh, very funny, Matt. I'm just going to put it on airplane mode. Jeremiah. Josh, I sent you a picture of my capper. I want to rebuy. Not sure if VP wheels look like if they're VP wheels and looks like a VP trans case. Oh, you're one of the photos that just got sent to me. See, Jeremiah? Well, I guess for that I'll look quickly. Ooh, I can't tell on that transmission case though is an SSD high-speed transmission case from the looks of it. So I can't tell on those wheels in that photo. Well, it can be hard to tell. Yeah, it's the Wheelie bar. That's right. Only if you're into G. Wheelie bar. Put the tires to the side. All right. So that there. Let's remove the body mount while we're... I do know that I need to replace this body mount. I need to get an extended one, but that's another difference between the DR10 and the DB10 is that the DB10 has a narrower body mount than even the DR10s. So set that aside for now. Two more screws. And plastic motor guard is one of the other parts we're taking out. Now, I don't know. I think I can install that now. Right. One very long screw, a non-locking M3 nut, and a spacer. That must be ooh, almost got to stretch this thing over. Not bad though. Okay. All right. I feel like the mods are the cast of Reno 911. Oh my god. This, okay, I don't remember where I put those screws. Must be these. Pretty sure. Oh no, those are definitely the body mount screws. I don't. All right, so we did the aluminum rear motor guard, and that's not just because it's flashy, but because we're gonna put on the DR10 wheelie bar mount, which adapts from the DR10 motor guard to a slash style wheelie bar. And I went with that motor guard to just kind of try and get everything a little bit more rigid. Let's see. Now there is no instructions, but, oh, there we go. I figured it out already. Now I'm guessing that the screw that they gave me was just that screw. It appears so. Whoops. So I don't need to replace that screw. Unless it's slightly longer so that I could, maybe it is. Let's replace it anyway. Oh, did it? Nope, it refreshed, but no. Pulse flight was not added. I'm not sure actually what time her flight takes off. Making a no prep dragger. So yeah, this is my no prep car that I'm just yeah, this is like I don't know, a few millimeters longer, so it probably allows you to get a little bit of compression onto this to get everything fitting even a little bit better. Come on. And there we go. Okay. We can put, I'm gonna, man, I hate using a non-lock nut. I'm just not gonna do that. So, right. There we go. What's the chances that I was actually supposed to keep using that screw in that? Oh, I don't know that I was. Let's see. It's tomorrow in Aussie land. So I've got that, or it might go that way. It goes one way or the other. At least we know that. But okay. That's actually that feels pretty good. Now I do know that a lot of guys further brace these wheelie bars once they put them on. They'll brace them from the outsides to the up towards this front somewhere. So I'll of course investigate that further once we get there. But until then, I'm not going to mess with it. I want to get the rear shocks or shock tower. Josh, how long since you've seen Nickel 3? Man, I don't, been at least 2. Yeah, I mean it's definitely been a little bit since she's maybe a little over 2. And so I think she left on she leave on like a Monday? I don't even remember. I'm ready for her to be home. Hopefully she's ready to be home, right? Does the Gladiator have enough bedroom to fit Josh? Or so in Nicole. Yeah. Well, I don't know that I won't forget her. That's why we have the flight track. I think there's enough people in here to remind me to not be an idiot. Granted, that's going with the mindset that people here don't want to see me fail specifically. Let's see. Josh, does Dan share his no prep tips and I think that Dan and Bob would help me with their setup without any problem, mainly because they probably know that even if they give me their setups, that it is not going to make me competitive with them because they test daily, and the chances of me testing daily, very slim. I have many other things that I am going to continue to do instead. There's not time to build RC, PCs inside of RCs and be just drag racing titans. So we're going to take these little deals off. Moose Jaw says Dan is very helpful. So there you go. You better hope that flight tracker is correct. It's a good thought. I don't have another. PM. I think I still have a little bit before she even is supposed to take off. So I think we're okay. So that it's gonna go there. Hey, Jeremiah. Cool. Josh wants Nicole back so he can have home cooked meals, and then we don't have to clean the litter box. Yeah. Well, I only got back in town last night. So I've been having home cooked meals even if not at home, just at a different home. How far is the airport from? It will take me at least 30 minutes to get to the airport. So, but she did check a bag, so we've got all of that time. If I'm out of the door by the time she touches down, I'll be okay. If I'm not out the door by the time she touches down, well, she could have a different opinion of my of my timeliness than I would say. So, come on, there we go. I am removing my custom curry sway bar, which I made, which is shortened arms, shortened sway bar, the whole deal. Because we don't need that. I made these little custom clamps for it. We don't need those. Now we just need to remove the actual live stream road trip idea still there. You should get Nicole a robot kitty box for Christmas. That's a possibility, I suppose. We'll see. There we go. Make a sign. Congratulations on getting out of prison, Nicole. You know what? There's just so... Shit. I don't think that this is like a screw up per se, but it's an inconvenience at the very least. And that is the fact that my motor wires between the ESC and the motor are through the shock tower, and I can't get them off without unsoldering. Huh. Oh, God. I fall for everything Mike J says. He just said, did anyone see it jump halfway through? And I looked at the flight track. Like, what? When I know that the flight hasn't taken off yet. So, here's the thing. I don't really want to unsolder. So, but this plastic is fairly thick. So, I need my Dremel. Ooh, that plastic is tough. Sookie's going ham on this box back here. Let's see. I don't know that I have a pair of side cutters in here that are strong enough. No, I don't need a new ESC from that. There's Associated Plastic's pretty good. Huh. I'm trying to just cut through a little bit at a time. But it's so thick. Thick AF. God damn. I'm not kidding. Like I'm trying to cut an 1/8 inch at a time. But it's just like it's thick. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do I have my... No. Is it going to be more entertaining to see me... Tin snips? Like butter. Psh. See? Wow. Okay, I need a little more. Got it. Now, the sensor wire actually unplugged. I'm not proud about that moment, but I would have done the same if it was on the live stream or not. So there's something to be said for that. Okay. We're not going to be saving that part. Yeah, like I said, I'm not proud of that, but can he get to the emergency room before picking up Nicole? When is the next race? I don't know 100%, but part of the parts order that came in was the GPS, the GLONASS. So that is, I can race myself. All right, now we're doing the Drag Race Concepts anti-roll bar system in blue. It is interesting that none of this stuff comes with instructions. They're just like, figure it out, stupid. I mean, maybe they have online instructions, but like some things, they don't need to come with instructions. That rear motor mount, things that are basically a stock replacement or a stock upgrade, like that doesn't need instructions. If it goes exactly like stock, yeah, you should be on your own. But when it's multi-part, completely different than stock, like maybe complete your product. Maybe finish the job of selling somebody a part. Let's see. Can a pan car be a drag car? Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that you know, like depends on the class, but a lot of this stuff, it has to be a short course based drag car. So it has to have either a short course wheelbase, um, you know, so on and so forth. Right, so that goes on the front side. Let's go ahead and use an appropriate amount of Loctite. And again, since there are no instructions, we are just, well, there's no instructions in the bag at least. Like I said, maybe they're online. I don't know. Now, we've got the base. I do believe that the upper portion has mounts for the anti-roll bar. Now, this anti-roll bar, as they call it, is much stiffer than a normal anti-sway bar. So it's supposed to have, you know, very little, if any, flex. Allow almost, you know, no flex from side to side. All right. So we've got some flange bearings, which I'm guessing go to the outside, maybe. At this point, I'm going to have to look up a photo because let's see. Drag rate, what the hell's this thing called? Cancel. Drag race concepts, DR10, anti-roll bar. There's a photo. Yes. And spacers go to the outside as well. There we go. That's the info I was looking at. So this is going to go to the outside. They're, whoops, threaded. So sorry. Oh, okay. There's some bench racing going on in the chat between the car owners. Josh, you and Matt were talking about semi-drivers class. I think regarding overloaded trucks require oversight load signs, not oversized, but oversight. I've never seen such a thing. But these, I think there's a difference between. Isn't most of that over width versus overweight? Scale Builders Guild gave me one shiny Canadian dollar. Thanks, Matt. And Quack RC also here. Thanks for popping in as always. And thank you for the donation. Hope all is well and the travels were great and safe. The issue I have here is I love drag racing. Have too many builds planning, so I have too many. That is definitely the, you know, I've had these parts going for however long, still waiting to finish up. And you always get into these lofty goals when you start into a new area. Like, you know what? I should have a car that has a carbon fiber chassis and a blah. Like, oh, well, that's all nice, and it's gonna cost you another $1,000. My old lady. Hey, look at that. Nicole is on the moon. The flight has begun. There, the timer. The timer. It's getting real now. So we're going. Um, we. I'm not even gonna. I'm just going to gonna undo a little bit of what I've done. Make some changes to some locations. I might have put the sway bar mounts on the back side rather than the front side. Again, I blame this partly to the lack of directions. Josh, have you tried the zero carb White Claw yet? No. You know what? I think that I have not had very many White Claws. Very, very few, actually. I think I had one last week. Maybe the second time, third time ever. All right. I thought Nicole could have called. You know, I was expecting at least a text saying that she was going to take off, but White Claw is spicy water. No, just regular bubbly spicy water. Or are we calling it static water? Can't remember. Have to look at photos. Okay, I don't see anything else that I've missed yet. So I think we're okay. There's a single washer. Or actually, no, there's two washers here. And I don't know where they go. And that part gives me pause, as they say. Grr. They're not there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So we can set this. Am I going to be able to squeeze the wires down between? Yeah, I think so. I think I've got enough room there. Yeah. We're going to try it. Why not? Definitely don't need the big side cutters anymore. Let's throw the sensor cable down through there as well while we're at it. I think as Josh can see, hope we forget the giveaway. Nope, I'm ready for that to be completed as well. I actually needed a couple of more parts for it, which I ordered today, actually, when I got back, because I was kind of doing a inventory of anything else that was left, and I needed to get those, so I got those on order. And I'm not in it, I want to get it done, but I'm not like worried about it. Again, in the end, only one person's going to win it. So I did end the entry portion of it, at least. Snakes on the Plane. Hate that movie. You know what? I've never seen that movie. Nicole versus snakes. Nicole every time. I don't think Nicole loves snakes. Doesn't love bugs in general. Why is Nicole's plane headed east? Yeah. Nope. F this. Going back home. It's moving. That line is cooking already. Not gonna lie. Did you have to do much adjustment tramming to the strap craft to get a good cut? I didn't, but I opted for the pre-built version so that I kind of got away without having to do much of that at all myself. So it was kind of part of that, which was nice, just because the people who look at that all the time were able to look at it and make those adjustments for me. Okay. What do I do with it? There it is. Sookie is climbing through shelves. Okay. So one thing that I do want to do is I'm going to cut this wire tie back here. Make sure that those wires have plenty of room to relax, which they do. So not being pulled on those posts too hard or anything like that. We should be in good shape. Original A-arms of that thing? Kind of. They're the DR10 length A-arms, which this buggy came with a different set, but that's because this was a DB10 to start. So, let's see. Now we have these end links, which we have to assemble. To a length that's not specified by any. Again, why did they not do instructions? Like, come on. What's this? Aaron Rodgers building RC cars? I know that Aaron Rodgers is a sports player. I don't know what sports team he plays for. Or specifically, I think he's a football player. I would feel confident enough to bet that he is a football player. Possibly a quarterback. That is as all as I would be willing to bet. I don't comment much, but watch every one. Ray Penrod, I appreciate your watching. Feel free to comment more often. Football, Green Bay. Ha! Yes! Got it. See, I'm proud of myself. I know sports ball. Yeah. I do have a Chiefs. I do have an NFL shirt on. I can name at least 2 players, more than that. But I bet I could name close to 5 players. Honestly, Nicole is the sports fan, not me. And she's not even a big sports fan. She is a KC fan. So it's more about hometown than sports. Mahomes, or is it it's Mahomes, right, with an S, I think. Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. Can't tell me to spell their names. Building an RC Building a 25-year-old Electra kit as I watch. I don't know what that is. 25 years old. I mean, I'm guessing Tamiya, but I'm probably wrong. So I shouldn't like Josh with me being a diehard Raiders guy, right? Raiders and Chiefs are supposed to be rivals. I think that's how that goes. Okay. So we have that. Now we have these things. The pivot balls. Hi, Suki. What are you standing on? Oh, you're standing on my computer. Perfect. Okay. Wow, that plane has a tailwind. Yeah, you're not. See, for once, that is that a reasonable statement from Mike J. I had to make sure that I was reading who said it right. I had to read that. I had to go back and find that comment again just because I thought it came from Mike J, but it was so reasonable. Phoenix says, I spent an hour leveling my pool table today. Do you have any idea how hard it is to level a 110 scale pool table? That's funny. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to pop off our old pivot balls, or ball cups, I should say, because we have to assemble new ones. He freaked out. Yeah. 110 scale pool table. Yes. For those who didn't know, 1/10 scale. I designed a 1/10 scale 3D printable functioning bar style pool table on STL Sun. Oh, freak. I forgot that stupid racing tie rods screw on two ways. This is not my genre. Let's see, which one is this? There we go. The regular one. Um, I'm just going to go to the end of the threads. That seems reasonable. Now this one is going to be the bass backwards one. Oop, there we go. Just joining. Good, you're still on. I am still on. And in the corner up there, you'll see how long I'll be on for. That is the flight tracker for Nicole's travels. And I have to leave to go get her when that plane reaches this. That's hard to do. That point. Whew. Okay, that. Now, I know the nice thing with these tie rods is you're supposed to be able to adjust on the fly without removing them. Whatever. Hi, you have a cool car. Thank you, Caden. This is a currently being modified associated DR10. Right into the threads. Try and get these as even as possible. New to the live stream. I have watched your videos. Do you still have the SCX-10 deadbolt budget build? I do not. I don't keep trucks for very long. So if you watch, older video series or things like that, I normally don't have those anymore. SCX-10 budget build, that was actually like, probably over 8 years ago. So I had that until maybe a little under 5 years ago. I still had it when I moved out here to California. And I actually sold it off to Tony Mazza. I sold it because I wanted to buy a camera gimbal. Would anyone else ever buy the drag bolt? That's a good point. That car, not a lot of good to most people. I have not tried to sell that. It's actually not in a really good shit. That car took a lot of abuse during the attempts to do what it did. So that car is really kind of worthless to anybody but me. I recently watched Overdrive. Yeah, Overdrive, talked about it then as well. It's one of those things, like I used to talk about Overdrive a lot way back in the, even back then. A lot of us comp guys, we loved Overdrive forever, and it only just caught on in the scale world in the last few years, maybe, compared to like what it used to be. So it's kind of funny how that happens. Check the map. Almost this. Yep. Yeah. You're not kidding. She's cooking. Somebody on this stream would buy the drag. I know it's actually right there. But like I said, it's just in such haggard shape. Like it would take a lot to get the drag bolt into like a reasonable running condition. We're going to put the, so this rear carbon fiber shock tower moves the shock positions much further out compared to stock. Like if you put the stock on top, the furthest out positions on the stock shock tower are just inboard of the furthest inward new mounts. So is it a lot of money to get my car to that level? Some of the things that I talked about then, like either don't exist anymore, or it's, by the end, it can be a lot of money. But being that was the original SCX-10 one, some of those parts will be cheaper now. Maybe you can always find some used parts. That's always an option. So it all just depends. And the other thing with the budget builds, you don't have to do all of them. You can just do the ones you want to do. What is the wheelbase on the trophy wrap body if I wanted to put one on a crawler? It's actually like a pretty close to appropriate. Well, and the other thing is that the rear wheel open, I'll measure it for you, but the rear wheel openings are kind of odd, small. So you can kind of make it kind of where you need to be, but I believe it's pretty close to a proper wheelbase. John Schultz has put it on a crawler. He's got a lot of videos on his Instagram showing it. Running around doing those things. I don't know if this is where they want you to put those washers, but I'm going to put those aluminum washers on this on the upper shock tower. We'll see if we have enough threads for everything to reach where it needs to. I think it will, because actually I say I know it will because of how much thicker the plastic shock tower was than this carbon fiber. You swapped out the Curry sway bar? I did. This Drag Race Concepts one is much thicker. I said thicker a lot tonight. I don't know what. It's not. It's just. I'm going to try and not say that for the rest of this video. Thick boy, yes. Freaking Mike J. No, not Mike J. Dale C. See, I just want to say, good evening. How are things? Hey, Rollins, how you doing? Things are good. We're cranking along. Actually, we're going to be close to getting the things that I wanted to get done tonight done, which is good because you can tell Nicole's flight is probably approaching 30% of the way. For those that didn't know, the thing over there is Nicole's flight back home. So this rear shock tower setup stands up these rear shocks quite a bit. Much more vertical. Josh, don't you think it would be cool if no prep cars started using a solid axle like the real ones? Yeah, it would be. You know, I don't think they would be as competitive, but it would be cool regardless. I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that it would be cooler to see more realistic style to a lot of these things. All right, we need to. Oh, nope, that's not where I wanted those things to go. I see now that there's a space between that the carbon fiber shock tower and the rear body mount setup. That's okay. We'll get through it. Who invented the diverging diamond? I'd like to send them a package. Well, since I know you're in Missouri, Toad Daddy, did you drive through the one in Springfield, in St. Louis, or there's a couple in Springfield, I know, a couple in Kansas City, and in St. Louis. So I'd like to hear which one you drove through. I believe that the diverging diamond originated overseas first. So I don't think we can blame it on an American, but I'm not 100% positive on that. What tools are you using? These are Vanquish tools. So they're the bearing caps. So they spin super smooth. All right. Get that. Now that we've installed, uninstalled, reinstalled so many times on so many things. Oh, you drove through the one in Springfield, Toad Daddy, which was one of like the first ones in the United States. Not a terrible design on that one. There's better, but that one's not bad. The diverging diamond, where the lanes swap sides, that is 100% correct, Mike J. They are very efficient for certain things. They serve a great purpose. We have a diverging diamond here. It's in a stupid spot, but it's a nice interchange. Yeah, there's lots of reasons to have a diverging diamond interchange, but it's a whole thing. It's a whole discussion, which I'm happy to have. But you know what? Even I realize that not everybody loves my traffic talk. Can I see another of your cars? I would suggest some of my other videos, or once we get to the end of this car, because I've got a lot of cars. Diverging diamond versus traffic circle, way different purposes. Not even, you don't, they do not belong in the same areas. I'll say that. DDIs are great for areas with lots of truck traffic. DDIs are great for intersections where you have a lot of traffic that is driving to an interchange and then getting onto the freeway. You don't want a lot of through traffic on a DDI because you're going to have to stop at two lights basically if you're going through. Here's my, I actually like spinning a wrench. So, sometimes I do it so I don't make a lot of noise. Other times I just like to turn wrenches. There's something soothing about spinning wrenches. So, okay, we need 2 more screws that I only have countersink screws from the factory left. The carbon fiber is not countersunk, so we're not going to use that. So I guess that means I don't have any of their hardware left, so I feel like we were shorted screws. I have plenty. I am not concerned. That is too long. Too long. Let's see. There we go. Staying with button head so everything matches. Did you find a good replacement for drill driver since? Yeah, this is the best replacement I've found. This is a DeWalt 8-volt gyro. So it's variable speed that's done by the twist of your hand. Ooh, it's so good. Right. Now I need to install this little washer. Whew, wow, I did not expect that to go that smoothly. Got it. Both of them went pretty easily. Right. Ooh, well, Nicole is into Utah. Right. So we got that. That's all done. We know where those screws came from. We know why we don't need them. That's good news. My now modified and useless. We won't talk about that anymore. So now, before we have the DRC carbon fiber wheelie bar. Does that mean she's now a sister wife? Let's see. There we go. Their packaging's nice. So this wheelie bar comes with machined aluminum wheelie bar or like the actual wheels on the back. Comes with the aluminum mounts. They're bearing wheels. They've got a little rubber O-ring that goes around it. Pretty slick. It's a truss style wheelie bar. So it's got adjustment, and then this plate goes between them. Goes betwixt the uprights. You going to race that thing Sunday? I don't think I'm going to on Sunday. After traveling, I'm ready to not do anything for the weekend. All right. What in the world are... I'm going to have to look at photos again. Because I don't know what this is supposed to look like. There we go. And, oh, sweet. All right. Found a photo. Can we get a thick count? Said I wouldn't say it anymore. All right. How does... Oh, I see how they're doing it. These must be, yeah, cross-threaded. That's hokey. Whatever. Going to be much faster with that RS Pro in the 4.5. Yeah, it'll definitely be a lot faster than the last time I ran it. That is for sure. Not even close. So we're gonna make sure we use a good amount of Loctite on this. Ooh, that is quite tight as far as the Juan. Come on. Thanks for answering my questions. You're the man. Yeah, nope. Somebody else must answer it because I must not have been helpful. Sunday at 10 p.m. supposedly COVID curfew again. Some more RC play. Yeah, yeah. California's going all kinds of lockdown again. I haven't read all the new rules yet, but anyway, we won't get into that because that can turn political, and we don't do that in here. Remember, no matter how mad or not I am about all of the California rules. Be light on the Loctite. Many break the wheelie bar. Alrighty then. Well, that's a good note. If I break this wheelie bar too much, I'm going to make my own. Since I can cut the carbon fiber, and now I'll have all the aluminum mounts, I'll just make a beefier one. Because I am not going to keep paying for... Because it's fairly... I'm not gonna lie, the carbon fiber on this is pretty thin. The machine parts are nice, and I can just cut thicker carbon fiber. Because I'm fancy like that. What thickness carbon fiber have I been cutting? I've been cutting 2 mil and 3 mil. Oh, that plane is cruising across Utah. Yeah, 2 mil and 3 millimeter. Okay, so there's our carbon fiber wheelie bar as it is coming. if you're not breaking stuff, you're not trying hard enough. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I can get how this thing could break. Like I said, carbon fiber is not very thick. It's meant to be light, but what is good infill for RC parts? I don't usually go over 30% really on many things. I just have not felt the need to. So what I don't know is what direction. So obviously this goes that way, but well, is that going to be the right angle? That looks, yeah, that looks right. If I know. Okay. I've got 4 little screws, 4 countersunks. Think 70% infill is overkilling it. I do. So there's a great channel called CNC Kitchen, and he does all kinds of these just fantastic comparison strength tests of different types of 3D printing with going from 10% to 100% infills, and shows the difference in strength that you get between them. And honestly, it's really surprising how little the strength changes with a lot of it, depending on the design of the part, of course. But it's really surprising. So it kind of showed, he does a lot of comparisons with infill shapes, infill percentages, and it's worth watching. You can make your own conclusions based on it. What size tires do you like running on your crawlers? I run 475s. My favorite is the Proline BFG crawler in the G8 compound. Most of my prints for RC, I'm happy even at 10% infill, though using the cubic subdivision style. Yeah, I mean, if you're not, I don't like using 3D printing in a lot of structural situations. So, I mean, 10% usually can get the job done. So sometimes I don't like the final look that 10% infill gives. I think that you find like the drooping in between a lot of things. So that's why I usually just stick at 30. Totally unrelated question. What is your favorite pot? What is your favorite pot? Lemon meringue. Favorite pie. There you go. Don't. I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna drop this wheelie bar all the way down for now. Not for any actual. No, I'm gonna go midway. Midway. That way I have, Do you like Traxxas? I do. I like Traxxas for. I mean, they do all kinds of things well. I mean, they're not my. I don't think there's any one brand that's my favorite at anything, but. Cool. We got to put the rear wheelie bar portion on the wheelie bar, but we're getting there. Nicole is halfway across Utah right now. Oh my God. Yep. Oh, I know what I have. No. Let's see. Hold on. We're going to go to this and I'm going to change. It's the Logitech. No, it's not working. Sorry. I was going to change it to, because Suki is being the cutest goddamn thing in the world down here. She's sleeping in a box. And the other cat is sleeping back there. It's just because Nicole's gone, but yes, my phone too is filled with cat photos. Did you finish the tabletop? I did. I used Bona's extra matte hardwood floor finishing on it, so it's got a super nice finish, but it's not super glossy. Uh, it gave it a great feel. Doesn't reflect the light too much, but it protects it. I'm absolutely pumped. Of course, Tony had the all the chemicals I needed already because he had just used them himself on a tabletop. But yeah, it was worked out fantastic. I was super pumped. It was all water-based uh, finishes too, so it was easy for me to do and then get back in the house in a day without having to make everything smell. Is it shock oil and grease resistant? It should be. As long as I don't let things sit on them, it should be. It should do very well with that stuff. That's kind of why I did it. Right. Nick J, with Josh meshing with cameras, you missed an opportunity. Very, very true. Very true. He did miss. But it's too late now. This, yeah, this wheelie bar, it's a nice piece. Cool design. The overall aluminum parts are fairly cool. Machining on them's nice enough. Um, it's a lot of remachined stuff, which is odd, but still, it's nice. So you can see there, these aluminum pieces bolt into from both the sides and the bottom, kind of ties in this whole lower brace. That lower brace screws up from the bottom into these aluminum posts, and then those posts go in from the side. So it's all tied together pretty well. It's got the aluminum bracket there in the front, which this bracket is not from the wheelie bar. This bracket is from the wheelie bar mount. There you go. Or see you next Tuesday checking in with Nicole's favorite username. Well, good news and bad news, guys. I believe that I shouldn't have bolted the wheelie bar to the mount yet. I don't think that I can. Ooh, it's not 100% true because in my handy dandy Traxxas kit, there's a 2mm ball end, which is very handy to have. Which means I may just be able to fit it. Chunk of a shock tower. Let's apply Loctite. Loctite is in place. Yep, everything. That ball end came to the rescue. So nice. So where is the lovely lady? The lovely lady is approximately over Salt Lake City right now by the map. If you see here in this area, you can see exactly where Nicole is. Okay. It's a pretty good looking combo back there. I like it. Now let's install, I guess these are the wheelie bar wheels. They have some square rubber O-rings that go over them. 10-inch wheelie bar. This looks like maybe an 8 to me. I will confirm. It's a good thing I'm running the audio processing because I've got some snoring cats in here. There we go. So the wheelie bar takes 2 flange bearings. It slides in those rear mounts, and then there are keeper pins, no screws. Pins, and I'm guessing E-clips. Yay. Let's put on one side of the E-clip before I put it into the wheelie bar, just to possibly save myself some headache. And there's other. How many squares? Can you convert that to squares for Matt? All right, so let's go from the inside where it's harder to access. Perfect. So you'll run this maybe 3 times and sell it to Ben? John Schultz, get the Plastic Drag Race Concepts wheelie bar. Wheelie bars. What do you mean, John? Do you mean the wheels? The actual wheels to the wheelie bar? Or what part should I be converting to plastic? Oh, forgot to put the O-ring on. There we go. Oh, shit. Shoot. Didn't lose it. It's okay. Yes, the wheels. Okay. That. I'll look into that, Schultzy. Why is that specifically? I would be interested in knowing. Your mount is upside down. Son of a bitch. Well, I was guessing at that in the first place. So the good news is that with the ball end, I can flip that over. Undo. Yes. It's a John, I subbed to your channel last night now to watch videos. Drinked. Yeah, if I drank every time I made a mistake. Because O-rings suck and fall off. Ah, okay, I could see that. I figured it was because the wheels were getting dinged up and weren't rolling smoothly or something like that. I've been very clear about not knowing what I'm doing in this area. So I don't feel bad about screwing up in the slightest. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So what hasn't Josh had to do twice? This way. No, needs to go like that. Haha. a lot of it's a lot like watching me build the CCO2 live. Yeah, that was, you know, those are Tamiya things though. I was thinking about starting on the Tamiya Semi tonight, but I need to get my bearing kit more in order before I dive into that. Now, Matt, you had proper instructions for that build, so. Right. All right. I'll say that that looks better. I'm sure that would have become plainly obvious when I went to set this on the ground and the wheels were way up in the air. Granted, I've watched some of those 707 guys ride wheels, their wheelies 3 inches in the air the whole way down the track for some reason. Josh, ordered? You mean wait till your wife goes? Wait, did I say bearing kit? I meant screw kit. So, not. I do need bearings as well, but that is an easier ordering process. Tell Eddie, hey, will you send home a set of bearings with Nicole for this truck? All right, that looks better. Thanks, Schultz. How fast are you going to hit the curb with this car? I think you're thinking of the wrong individual. I have not hit curbs. I have only hit myself. I see Eddie's expanding. Is it for the Friday Night Live build storage for bearings? Yeah, Eddie is expanding. He's opening himself a new warehouse. Not too far from our house here, which is nice. Well, not for, I mean, nice for Nicole, I guess. All right. Okay. Get that on. Trying not to shoot an E-clip all the way across the room. I think I have. It is properly installed. Success. Are you going to make Nicole take an Uber home? No. She's getting much closer. Nevada. Almost to Nevada. Schultz, how long is this wheelie bar? Do you remember? How long? What do they consider? Is it from there to there? This is an 8-inch. So, for those that are counting, that is shorter than a 10-inch. Those are some extra screws and things left over. Pretty sure that's just because I bought so many of the parts in multiple that you don't need them all for each one. 8 squares, just like I said. Uh-huh. Right. What do I do with the wheel nuts? Anybody remember? There's it. I got it. I got it. How long are the rear shocks? Schultz, you know that question? I think they're 3.5. They're the stock shock bodies, but with shorter shock shafts than the DB10 came with that this car started as. So that makes them, yes, they're a 3.5-inch long shock. So I believe that they were a 4-inch shock to start. I also believe that I'm missing the upper shock cups, spring cups, which is okay. Hi, Suki. You okay? She's okay. Don't worry. So we'll install this body mount back on, even though I plan to make my own carbon fiber. Extended carbon fiber version. Dale C. Josh, from what I can tell after reading John's comments, you are building this all wrong. Can you just build it better? Again, by no means do I think that I necessarily have the setup that should be mimicked. I am simply buying blue parts and bolting them. Some more cam content would be fantastic. Should integrate some more cam into STL Sunday. So basically this build is trash. Did you set your rear outputs in phase? My rear output, there's an open diff. Phoenix, they change. They're in phase until they're not in phase. You know this is not a 6x6, right? Let's see. Does the rear wheelie bar still clear this body? I'll tell you what else doesn't clear is that shock tower. Oh, kind of does if you push. Diff lock not legal. No, diff lock is legal, but a lot of guys, they don't lock them. They run them with a heavy fluid because it's easier on the launch, I think. Again, I am not a no prep. So the wheelie bar does hit the body. It needs to be trimmed a little bit because I'm still going to run this body for some testing and things like that. So that's fun. Oh, she has crossed the line into Nevada. Let's see. We've made good progress tonight. We had to get tin snips out for anybody who got to witness that. I'm sure will judge me forever. At least you pronounce Nevada right. How do people pronounce Nevada differently? Nevada? That's how they say the town that's spelled the exact same in Missouri. Call it Nevada. Who glued the rear tires? Dan? Let's go with that. Yes, Dan glued the rear tires. All right. Everything Everything needs rat rod patina paint job. This is stock. This is just the stock paint job, right? From the Associated DB10. It's always so hard to remember all the numbers. It's Nevada, Iowa, too. Huh, interesting. Didn't know that. Dale says you should send that truck body into whoever painted the Proline SCX20. Looks awesome. That's like I said, this is stock. This is just a, what do they call it? Screen print. So we did the aluminum bulkhead. You can see hints of. We did the aluminum steering, bell cranks. All because I am, of course, planning. I'm making a serious suggestion and he skips it. Go figure. What did Mike J? All right, let's find it. What did he say? Oh, I definitely didn't see it. Oh, I still say 3D printed fenders and mount them to the suspension. I mean, I guess it could, but Mike, you should go watch some more of my no prep videos, like the racing videos. These guys flip these cars every run, it seems like. Suki brought me a toy. She carries this thing around like she killed it. Come here, Dingleberry. Now she'll come up here. Let's see. Too bad Proline didn't make a power wagon no prep on it. Not a terrible idea. Come on. Come here. There you go. Carry it away. Go on. Is it stuck? See, she carries it away. She'll carry it all around the house like that. Oh, I definitely. We need to get this thing. Here's that. This is just that tiny little GPS performance analyzer. Oh, she's carrying away the Prowler body, or the CUDA body now. The Drag Knight. Her toy got caught on the... So, where are we going to put this? We need this so that we can get to the charging port, most importantly. Now, I've got everything else centered, so I feel like I should... just make it sit right here on the foam block. Vibration isolated, better, right? That's where it's going. Easy access to the charge. Psh, done. Would a gyro help with stability in a no-prep chassis? It would, and the DR10 comes with the one stock. However, you are not allowed to run a gyro during actual no-prep racing. Starting to get low on double-sided tape. Who didn't hit the like button yet? Yes, hit the like button if you're still here and like the video, or hit the don't like button if you don't like it. Because it actually doesn't matter. If you hit the dislike button, it's still considered engagement and it still helps. Let's see. Schultz says, "Does this mean you're coming to Las Vegas for King of the Streets? 23,000 to the winner so far." I have said that I am going to that. Talking with Tyler, who is helping put it on or is putting it on. I'm going down just to film. So I would not be going down with any intention to race, just to focus on filming. So yeah, $23,000 to the winner of an RC race. How about that? No idea if this tape will stick to this foam for very long. We'll see after my first crash if it's still attached. Moose Jaw, remember your batteries. Exactly. Moose Jaw and I went to an event and I forgot all of my camera batteries. And I solely went for the purpose of filming. So, all right, what does that look like when it's, yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Press it down, it'll actually, I think we're in decent shape. I'm looking forward to it now. It almost is like a real drag car. An RC race pays more than a real NHRA event. Well, I didn't know what a real NHRA event pays, but dang. Do you have to report those winnings? I mean, if it's cash, yes, you definitely have to report those winnings. I'll be blurring out the winner's face in the video, but not because of street racing illegally, just for tax reasons. Now, I should charge this thing up. All right, plugged in. And then also, I've got a USB port integrated into the front of my desk right here. It's so handy. Bink. Charging. Weird. I don't have satellite reception inside my house. It's toy cash, right? Totally. GNSS? Yes. GN GLONASS. GPS plus GLONASS. If it's cash, no one has to know. Exactly. It was all just a fake for a YouTube video. I didn't really make any money. 2 seconds. Hold on. Sorry. Nate had to use nasal spray. Starting to get all stuffy. All right. So we're going to have this going. I feel like I could actually, now I do have close to stock gear. What do I have? I have a 24 tooth pinion. Schultz, what are you running for gearing? I've got 78 tooth, 81. I've got, what is this one? I don't know. 84 maybe? I feel like I was going to go. It's a 4.5 turn. Tekin Eliminator. Great, Josh is doing the nasal spray. How many cells? It's a 2 cell. And cell is CELL, thank you. The S in 2S stands for 2 series, not S as in cell. It actually normally stands for It's normally would be 2S1P, meaning parallel. In case there was actually 4 cells in a pack, then it would be 2S2P if you still had series. Start at 22 to 25. Well, perfect. I have a 24 tooth, but what do you have on for the spur gear thing? He will be running all the cells. Yes, I'm using all of the cells at once. Get all this loosened up. I'm going to start this at mid trout. 87? I feel like you're lying to me, Schultz. I feel like people are running way smaller. Huh. All right then. Well, I'll leave the stock one in there for now. Macklin 5.5. I ran in my old Turf Ready SC truck for me. Fastest I got was what? That blue aluminum looks awesome on the drag. Hey, I think it does too. Thank you. Sangria all night tonight. Woo. No, I didn't drink anything because of the flight tracker. When I have, she's halfway. Man, that flight. I feel like that flight's going faster than it should be. Go run it and tell me how it works. All right, fine. We'll see how it does. We'll see how straight. Oh yeah, that was. I need to actually plug my sensor wire back in. Right. Okay. All my wires should be in their proper. I don't know what that was. Can you sit the CUDA body on it? Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, it has to go up a little bit from there, but I guess it doesn't have to, but I feel like it will go a little up from there so the body isn't scraping too hard, but maybe it'll still sit like this. I don't know. I have to look. I do have to get the rear body mount adjusted, but I think that it looks pretty good. I have a Nova body. I think I put it in the garage, but yeah, I think it looks dang good. I do feel like I need to I want to do a front, I don't know. Who knows what I need to do? I don't know anything. About there. Yeah. It's about right. So I got to get a rear wing built for this. And yeah, that's kind of who is painting it. I know you're not. I am going to paint this, John. I think I'm going to paint this weekend even. Psh. So that is that's my plan at least. But since it's a drag car, psh, why not? CUDA next. This is the CUDA. Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean. Truck body or nothing. I like the truck body too. I think it's fun, but I think it might be fun to see the difference. Orange one color. Yep. I might do the top black on the outside. Might get crazy. Or maybe I'll do the top black on the inside and outside. So when it goes riding across the roof, it doesn't just turn orange. Because I only have 2 colors of paint, orange and black. That's all I have. Those are the choices that I have. Primer gray. Match my Jeep. Make a crom cuda. What is a crom cuda? I don't know what that means. Jesse Schultz laughing at me. So when is Moose Jaw coming over to paint it? Black outside. It's easy to touch up. Is that PS7 orange? Of course. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3. Thought I had more than 3. Must have used one. Yeah, and these are all PS7. So, oh, it was the black. Yeah, the black. So, we're looking good. Like I said, I need to get the body mount situation kind of worked on. But I do have the DR10 kit. Maybe I can steal some of that body mount stuff, just see how it compares at least. Just because I know that these body mounts are way narrower than those other ones. So that's why I want to compare. But I think, well, that new wheelie bar is definitely a lot nicer than my previous small. Well, it was much shorter. God, I think that this thing was 3 or 4 inches shorter. The wheel sure got torn up quickly as well, but fluorescent orange for the win. Yeah, I've used that before as well. Only 3 cans? That will be enough for the hood. That is one thing I'm worried about. I might need more orange, but maybe I think we'll get through it. These things are big bodies though. Sassy grass would look cool. Yeah. Competition with an E Phoenix on the I don't know what that means. Is this the part where Josh sends me 2 bodies? I would, except that it would be easier just to have you buy a body up there than send you this one and then have you send it back. It would cost me. So as long as I can still find the body masks for this, since I've had it open for so long, I'll be all right. Again, it's a drag car. We saw Matt's video of him trying to drive the drag car. It was on the roof 48% of the time. How to turn it into a hard body. 3 cans of paint. But I like this body. The Cuda body feels smaller overall than the Nova body. So I like that about it. I think that it just looks good. It's got a good stance, good proportions. I don't know. I like a lot of the drag bodies. So, and then of course there's all kinds of other things that these guys bolt onto them, like the side dams on the underside to kind of change. Let's see. 8:30. Where is Nicole's flight? Ooh, it's getting much closer to the California border. I did not install that idler gear. I suppose that's going to wait until I blow one of them up. I think I have a set of window masks. Huh. Well, if I need them, Dan, I will make sure to let you know. Everything else looking good. I feel like I left out parts or screws, but I don't think I did. The Drag Race Concepts parts in general were pretty nice. Again, other than the lack of instructions on stuff, I think that it was a pretty decent little setup. Excited to see. I mean, not like I have a whole lot of baseline to compare it against, but everything clears nice, everything mounted up well. Hopefully we can get something by the end of the weekend that looks like a completed drag car with body and everything. I didn't go with the Nova body to match my 1-to-1 71 Nova, and that's a good reason to stay with that body. I like it, and I like the Novas anyway, and I like full-size Novas. So overall, I think that's kind of a winner. Suki's being a crazy person. CUDA body would be the only option if I ever get a DR10. 13 days till I hit 50. Look at you go, Mike J. 50. I still got a while till I hit that. Yeah, where's the doll? A doll? What did I miss about this doll? I don't run doll. Dale C, thank you. Random but serious question. An armrest on the work chair. Armrest on work chairs. Do they go under the desk or butt up to the desk when the chair is pushed in? So I like a taller desk, so generally I like them to go under, but my armrests at work are the same height as my desk, so they do not push in. So ideally I like them to go under. I need a squaring kit for my DR10. I am not a racer. I do not know what that means. What does that mean? Somebody please explain. GPS light flashing in car. It's the power because I've got it charging. Is a squaring kit like where you bolt the things onto the hubs so you can check that everything is, there isn't any toe and stuff like that? Yeah, that's because I don't know. Oh, where did that? Oh, they made a little bit of a turn. Now that, okay, getting closer. Yep, Mike J is way older than me. I just hit 49. Yeah, totally different. Proline needs to make a 69 Mustang for no prep. 69 I don't remember the body style on that. Is that like the Mach 1 time frame 69s? Tweak station. Yes, that's what okay, so that is the, yeah, I don't know much about those. I don't know anything about those. Really? They got to miss that bombing range of the Navy out there. Oh, maybe that's not up by Pyramid Lake. Am I correct there? There's a surprising lack of Mustang bodies for only the Fox. Yeah, J Concepts has the Fox body Mustang, and it doesn't look that great. Surprise. 66 to 71 Mach 1s. There you go. Just give it to Dan. Tell him to set it up. That's yeah. That's most likely my best bet. Especially now, I've got most of the parts here now, so it's. Here you go. Look at stuff. We've got, I think that this, I'm pretty happy overall. I think that we've got something that looks reasonable. I haven't put any sort of tune in the ESC. That's going to be fun. Gonna have to start looking at what that really is involved with. Jeremiah, should the capper be brushed or brushless like you thought? So, well, you were looking at that capper. That capper had a 3-gear transmission in it. So I think that really gives you some options. For the capper, I mean, if you're going to keep it really crawler focused, there's nothing wrong with brushed in that at all. I like brushless for a number of reasons, power and things like that. But the Capras, I think, do best when you get them geared low and just try and keep them technical. So I think brushed is fine. If you want brushless, great. But I think compared to like my normal trail trucks, I would be more inclined to run brushed in that than vice versa. That is my next thing, tuning the ESC. I'm kind of looking forward to getting into it. I've never got into it. I've never adjusted, my motor's still set at the stock timing, which looks like it's just under 30 degrees. Who hasn't done a worse tire gluing? I think it's just that's just the, it's not that bad. There's just some off gassing on the CA there that got onto the tires because it was black CA. I wouldn't judge my tire gluing. That's why I have bead locks on stuff. But when you give 5-year-olds some glue and tires, it is not that bad. I don't need this kind of a, but I will say, there has been times in videos where I had a set of tires and wheels on separately that weren't glued just so that they looked better. Josh, nah, it's that bad. All right. All right. I've never done a bad tire glue job since I've never glued a tire yet. Honestly, not a big thing that I've done either. Most of what I have done has been bead locks. Um, mo- Model cement and windshields. Yeah, right. You gotta get the no fogging or whatever things. Just put some black CA on those. That is black CA glue. That's why it looks like that, because it fogged out around it. It really is not too bad. I gave a tire an abundance of glue to my cousin, and the tire ended up inside out. Get a Sharpie. Hey, I might have a Sharpie. Um, I do have a Sharpie, except it's silver or gold, and I don't think that is going to solve our issue. I don't have a black Sharpie. Pretty glue jobs don't win races. Exact. Thanks, Dan. Did you miss your circle drawer? Ooh, I could use the circle drawer as a mask for it. uh, so yeah, I think I had much less tire glue on these, and then like went to Dan or went to the shop and had Dan was looking at my car for some reason. He was just like, "Yeah, you need more glue on your tires. Those are gonna come off." All right, glue the shit out of them then. So, I mean, I still don't know if I have enough on the inner. We'll see. We'll burn these down. We'll see if they come apart. Josh, do brush motors still need capacitors soldered on? I have never once done that. So I don't think so. Like I said, I've never done it. Lies. Josh glued one and caught a buzz for it. I've been thinking about building a drag slash. What tires do you recommend? I don't know. These are the reactions. I know a lot of people run these. A lot of people also run the regular Pro lines. The Hoosiers. I don't think people are having as good a luck with the Big Daddies. I think they balloon a lot. I know some people are taping and making printed inserts and a bunch of other stuff, but I don't know what to tell you for sure. Um, oh, her flight is significantly ahead of schedule, like almost 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Hmm, that's interesting. um, Schultz says reactions, no foams. These are reactions, but with foams. So I'm probably going to need more. We need to zoom in on the flight. There's an idea. It's too far. Too far. There we go. Zoomed in. A very good tailwind, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be there. Whew. I better go wave as she flies by. I could just use my slash tires. They're bald enough to be slicks. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Make her wait. Women love that. She, yeah. Phew. You know what? I'm usually pretty punctual. So, um, I am thinking though, it shows a 9:09 time. It is 8:45, and I'm 30 minutes from the airport. So technically I'm already late, I think. But, you know, you got to get bags and all of that. So we'll see. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much going to do it for tonight because, well, I'm late and I have explained it. No, I'll be in time. We'll see. I'll post on my Instagram stories if I make it in time. There's some good memes there otherwise. She's drunk already. There's no drinks on planes right now. They only give you water and snacks. You can't get any drinks, and it says you can't drink. Oh, Schultz. I thought it was a text from Nicole. Like, ah! So, alrighty then. I gotta go. Later. You guys were awesome. Thanks. Let's thanks all the people who donated. Ben Benavides, Dale C, Jeremiah Scale, Builders Guild, Quack RC. Appreciate all of you guys and everybody who watches in general. But again, I also appreciate the donations. It's awesome. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get going. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else to discuss. Doesn't slap. Later. Have a good week. Yeah, have a good weekend to all of you guys as well. I'm sure we'll be. I'll have I'll have STL Sunday on Sunday. So watch that. We'll come up with some other sort of pointless 3D model to make and go. Yeah, good. Hit the like button before you leave. There's still 300 of you guys in here, so that's awesome. Hit the like button. I gotta go. Later.